let's take you through the process of what happens when you land in India with these revised travel guidelines which come into effect from the 1st of December. Now, before we get to the do's and don'ts, let's take you through the nations from where travelers would need to follow additional measures on arrival in India. Now, this includes the European countries, the United Kingdom, South Africa, Brazil, Bangladesh, Botswana, China, Mauritius, New Zealand, Zimbabwe, Singapore, Hong Kong and Israel. Now, the centre has mandated submitting 14 days travel details and uploading negative COVID RT-PCR test results on the SUVIDHA portal before the journey. The revised guidelines will supersede earlier ones issued on and after the 11th of November. Now, the do's and don'ts shall be provided along with the ticket to the travellers by the respective airlines and agencies concerned, and airlines will allow boarding of only those passengers who have filled in the self-declaration form on the SUVIDHA portal and uploaded the negative RT-PCR test report. This test should have been conducted within 72 hours prior to undertaking the journey. Now, at the time of boarding the flight, only asymptomatic travellers will be allowed to board after thermal screening. The travellers from countries at risk will need to take COVID-19 tests post-arrival and wait for results at the airport, the Health Ministry has said. Now, if the test is negative, they'll follow home quarantine for 7 days, retest on the 8th day, and if negative again, further self-monitor for the next 7 days. However, if incoming travellers test positive, their samples will be sent for genomic testing, and if one tests positive, they shall be managed at a separate isolation facility and treated as per the standard protocol in place. Now, contacts of such positive cases should be kept under institutional quarantine or at home quarantine, monitored strictly by the state government concerned, the Health Ministry has instructed. Now, the government has also said that travellers from countries excluding those countries at risk will be allowed to leave the airport and shall self-monitor their health for 14 days. Now, crucial to note that a subsection, which is around 5% of total flight passengers, shall undergo post-arrival testing at random at the airport on arrival, the Health Ministry statement added. A declaration with respect to the authenticity of the COVID-19 test report will also be required, and a word of caution, manipulated reports will make the passenger liable for criminal prosecution.